Hello and welcome to today's video. Today's video we are going to be doing the return of retro review. The weather's got a little bit nicer here in the UK, so I'm not as worried about taking out these more older cameras into the weather a little bit. But today we are going to be looking at the 1DS Mark 1. So I've done a whole overview video of this camera, which I will link down below. But yeah, we're going to take this out. It's their first Pro full frame camera, and we'll see how it stands up today. It's fairly bright, bit windy outside today, so we'll see what the image quality looks like from this camera. Let's have a look now. So the first image we have here is of a flower. I'm not sure the mate of the flower or what it is because I'm not a flowery guy, but I can see focus on the front petal here. Nice blur because we're using that 100 to 400. Colours are really nice. Edges of the petal are nice and sharp, so usable image. Not something you can kind of zoom in on and edit too crazily, but yeah, definitely a usable image. Next one here we have is of a Ramit hopping about in the garden, staring right at me, is pointing straight up. This was moving and the focusing was very slow. But managed to get this image here. Again, sharp. This is cropped in about 50%. So it's a 4 megapixel image to crop in that far. Actually not too bad, surprisingly. The imagery itself, though, is very green. I'm not sure if that's the colour profile these older cameras sort of selected was green. Or maybe a setting that I've got going on in there. But again, usable image from this. Last image here we have is of a Bumblebee. This was a pain in the backside to get, but I thought I kind of committed myself to it, just because of how slow the focusing is on this camera. You have to recomposition, refocus. Focusing takes at least a second, and then you can take the photo, and it's only 3 frames per second, so it's very slow even at that. But got a photo. It's on the leaf. It's collecting the nectar there from this plant. Again, it's in focus. It's not the sharpest image in the world. It looks a little bit noisy, but it's because in the shade. But yeah, still very usable image, just not the best in the world. So there we have the images from the 1DS Mark 1 there, and as you can see, why I would describe those photos of things I've taken there are usable. They're not the best in the world. There's a little bit more green, I think, turned up in the older cameras maybe than the more modern ones. The colour correction that it uses potentially is a little bit more biased to green because they are very green and vibrant compared to what I get on the 1DX Mark II nowadays. But still sharp, in focus. You'd say usable is how I describe those images. Why would I recommend buying one of these now in 2024? No. It's a 22-year-old camera, so no, I would not recommend buying this at all. These cost about £200 now in working order as well, if you can find one. It took me 3 months of waiting for one of these to pop up on the market to get it. In working order anyway, there's always a few spares and repairs lying around. For that money, you can almost buy a 7D Mark 1, which has, on quick maths, 4 times the megapixels, I believe, and over twice as fast frames per second wise, and you'll get a much better image quality from that camera. This is just so slow. Listen to it here. If it decides to focus, you're getting like 3 frames a second, and that doesn't include the time it takes to focus, and also the time it's still processing those photos now, and it's still processing those photos now. There we go, they're now processed. So that's how long the buffer is on this as well, is huge. And I was using the 100 to 400 Mark II with this, so I gave it the best chance possible for AF speed, and it was still incredibly slow. With the Rabbit and the Bee, I had it on half focus on the button, because this doesn't have back button focus, so you have to half button it, and it was just not able to keep up with the Rabbit hopping about or the Bee flying about. So I had to keep recompositioning, refocusing. That took about a second, then take a photo, and then recomposition, focus, take a photo, etc. So it doesn't stand up to modern quality, but it's something to have if you want something to have as a collector's item. it's fun to use sometimes. It's not something I'm going to take out and go, I've got a load of photos, I really want to get some nice photos today. I'm not going to go risk taking this out with me to the zoo or something like that, or on a wildlife thing. This is something that if I want to go for a walk and want to use something that's a bit old, a bit more quirky, I'd go take it out. Obviously, I've got every 1D up until the 1DX Mark II, so I've got a lot of selection. And the reason I bought these was basically just to do videos for you guys and bring back some nostalgia to some of you that used to have these. I know when I did the first retro review on the Mark I, people comment saying they bought it and their sort of life experiences from going from film into the first digital market. Obviously, there's the 1D codec that came in between, which is like 2 megapixels. They're £3,000-4,000. I'm not buying one of those at the moment. But it'd be great to test one of those one day, just to see what they were like as well. But to get one of them in working condition is not easy. But let me know your thoughts on this camera. Do you have one of these still? Have you used one before? Were you one of the people who decided when these were £4,000 or £5,000 back in 2002 to go, yep, I'm gonna take the plunge, move from film to digital full time? Let me know your stories below. As I said before, I love reading those, looking at them, and commenting and sort of finding a bit more information out from them. So please comment, please subscribe as you always do. I will catch you in the next one. Next one will probably either be the R6 Mark II video, if I get a chance to get out with that, or it might be a lens review, depending on what I have going on next week. So if you want to stick around, you want to see some more content, you enjoying this content, just subscribe and you'll catch that content as soon as it's available. I'll catch you next one. Goodbye.